Hey, what's up everyone? So today I'm going to teach you how to make a really classic and a little bit obscure Cantonese dish. It is called Suyin Choi Ngao Yok Fan. And in English, it is pickled mustard greens with beef. Now here is something about this dish. This type of dish is something that a lot of Cantonese, Chinese Americans like me ate when we were growing up in New York City's Chinatown. I'm pretty sure this was the same in the west coast of the US too, like in San Francisco, where there are many Chinese restaurants. But the thing is that you might not find this dish in the menus. So here is a menu from Wo Hop, arguably one of the best Chinese restaurants in New York City's Manhattan Chinatown. And even though they sell a lot of familiar Chinese, Cantonese dishes like lo mein, General Tso's chicken, sweet and sour pork, egg rolls, and all that other good stuff that we love eating in these restaurants, you're not gonna find this dish that I'm gonna make now in this menu. But if you order it in this restaurant, Wo Hop, they'll make it for you. And I think the reason why is that this dish might be a little bit too much for, non-Chinese to handle, because Suyin Choi is a very sour vegetable. Because many old school Chinese restaurants are closing down, maybe this type of dish isn't really, as prevalent as before. But if you can't find this dish and you're interested in cooking it, or if you're just plain curious to try this dish out, because it is a classic Cantonese dish, let's do it. You're gonna learn how to make it today. We've got some pickled vegetables. This is a pickled mustard green, okay? Make sure that they're like the large size pickled mustards, okay? Because they do make these into little small itty bits. And I've got here 150 grams of flank steak. Classic Cantonese style home cooking uses flank steak, especially Cantonese cooking in the US. We don't really use sirloin or ribeye, mainly because of the cost factor. Flank steak is what Chinese people use in the Chinese kitchen, so I'm using flank steak. Of course, we've got garlic, some water for our sauces, and right here I have some fermented Chinese black beans, okay? This is gonna help cut down some of that sourness, will actually help you cut down a lot of the sourness from the vegetables. It's gonna give a little bit of that salty bitterness contrast and taste with the sour vegetables. It's gonna be wonderful. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is marinate this beef. This is 150 grams of flank steak that I've sliced up already, a tablespoon of oyster sauce, 2 teaspoons of light soy sauce, and about half a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. This is just gonna give it some color. A big dash of ground white pepper, and we just mix this up for now. All right, when it's thoroughly mixed, we throw in about 2 teaspoons of corn flour. So the corn flour is just gonna help coat the beef and give it a little protective layer so that when it cooks in a hot wok, it's gonna seal in the juices and just be extra yummy. Okay, so final step, just add a teaspoon of cooking oil. All right, and that's done. And just set it aside. So next up, the all-important sauce. I'm gonna need 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Trust me, you need the savoriness of oyster sauce to help counter the really super sour vegetables. And about 2 teaspoons of light soy sauce. Also gonna need 2 teaspoons of sugar. You can use white sugar or brown sugar, it's totally up to you. The sugar is also gonna help counter the super sourness of the vegetables. And we just mix this up really well. This is 2/3 cup of water, by the way. I prefer my Suyin Choi Ngao Yok Fan to have a lot of gravy because it just goes really well with white rice. So that's why there's more gravy in this dish. All right, now just set that baby aside. All right, and then our salted fermented black beans. This is a super important ingredient too. Just gonna use my knife and just run it across. And I got about 4 cloves of garlic. My mom, when she made this dish at home, she doesn't use a lot of garlic. So you can cut down if you want. I like to use a lot, so, I've got 4. So just rough chop these up. They can be large clumps. They don't have to be minced. Just like that, and it's absolutely fine. All right, finally, we've got our pickled vegetables. This stuff is really sour, and that is why you need to handle it really well with other ingredients. This is about 280 grams of pickled mustard greens. Check these out. Oh my God, it smells so strong. All I'm gonna do is just cut these into smaller chunks. You don't want too big of a bite-sized chunk, or else it'll just be too difficult to eat. But I do know a lot of people that can eat sour food with no problem. So, you know, if that's you, then go ahead and cut them into larger chunks. Okay, just like that. This should be really easy to manage in my wok, so this is fine. All right, that's it. Let's start cooking. I'm gonna pop my wok on to a medium-high heat. And when it starts to smoke, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Just gonna spread the oil around. And when the wok is smoking hot, I'm gonna chuck in the beef. Just cook it for a few minutes. You're not looking to fully cook your beef. About 80% done is just fine. All you want to do is just put a nice bit of color on the beef. Just set the beef aside. Flip the heat on to medium-high heat again. The wok is plenty hot already. I'm gonna add another tablespoon of oil. Throw in the garlic. Let it cook for about 30 seconds. And then we toss in our greens. And just remove the greens. The whole point of cooking the greens like this is to help remove the excess moisture. And we are at the home stretch. So just turn on the wok. Medium heat is all you need. Give your pre-made sauce one final mix. And I already pre-made a slurry. This is 2 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch, depending where you're from, mixed with 2 tablespoons of water. A slurry is gonna help thicken up that sauce. And you only add a slurry when your sauce is boiling just like that. So I'm gonna add 1.5 tablespoons first. I just wanna test out the consistency. See? You can automatically see your sauce thickening up like that. Look at that, check that out. That is a classic Cantonese style brown sauce. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more, make it a little bit thicker. See, I'm not gonna add all of it. Just mix it up again. I'm gonna chuck in the vegetables and the beef. And finally, I'm gonna add my fermented black beans. Give it a final mix. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn the heat off right now because I don't wanna overcook my beef. Whoa, check that out. I know I'm sweating a lot. It's super, super hot in Thailand, so that's just the way it is. And by the way, if you guys want to check out other great Cantonese style foods, check out this video right here. It'll teach you how to do it just right. So thanks for watching. And remember, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and camels as payments. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Goodbye.